You lads are very young for Bono, are you? You're a great man, I thought.
You're old enough for Bono.
Yeah. Bono's friends with Drake.
Is he?
Yeah. Knows him very well, so he got the seal of approval from me. He's good.
Obviously, like Andy's given us a bit of a flavour of how it went, or kind of what did you get out of it?
Oh, a lot. It was just cool to hear him talk and about his life experiences and how he views the world, and you know, you realise what he's done like, outside of music and like in terms of charity and the people he's dealt with, like politically. He's just a huge personality, and it was unbelievable to hear him speak. Unbelievably intelligent and well articulated guy. It was just really cool evening.
Jacob, sounds like Andy's trying to not rebuild but reconnect you with the identity of the team and give a real sense of what Irish people can achieve on one stage by bringing in someone like Bono, and he talked about the true Irish grit and things like that. Is that a message that seems to be hitting home?
Yeah, definitely. I think Faz kind of like wants to give us a bit of an identity, like you said, and he's doing that through our training, but yeah, also through things like getting to speak to Bono, and last night he talked about kind of like Irishness and what it means to be Irish and what's special about it. So I think that's definitely something that Faz is bringing in, and it's something that I think we as a team are really buying into, which is quite exciting.
Do you regret not asking him to sing though?
We actually sang a wee bit for us anyway, so it is.
I can't say.
Oh, can't say that. Yeah, it's very secret.
Jeez, I wouldn't get on the wrong side of Bono.
Yeah.
Conor, how much of the two games last year have you kind of looked at and sort of brought into this week? I mean, like obviously having the first one being the first game of last year's campaign, Six Nations, and then the warm-up to the World Cup. I mean, the two games that must have hurt. Especially the one, or both of them, but especially the one in the summer. Two very different types of games. So we've looked at them. We obviously looked at the one last year from the first game of the Six Nations and took away a bit. We've touched on that a little bit this week. A lot of similar players, a lot of the same players, maybe similar ways of playing. And we've looked at the summer game in patches. I think the summer game was just a strange one. If I'm honest, it was just it's a weird game, and a lot went wrong. So you think that the chances of that happening again are quite slim. So we focused a lot on ourselves as well this week. We were happy with our last performance and just trying to up that again. Just become a little bit more accurate, take a few more of those chances. We had a lot of chances in the first half of that Wales game that could have had a different look on the game at half time. So we're happy with where we're at, but looking to go up another level, which will be essential against England away. Is there a change in mentality or approach, the fact that like you guys already have 2 wins from the opening 2 games now, as opposed to obviously last year when you had to try and recover from losing at home to England?
No, it's great that we have 2 wins and we've those games behind us. But England away, I don't think it would change any approach whether the 2 games went differently at the start. It's England away. It's a massive test match. They've had an unbelievable run, especially in the World Cup. They've had a tough opening to the Six Nations. France were really good. Their game against Scotland was massively affected by that storm. So they'll be looking to come back home to Twickenham and put in a really good performance and show people what they're capable of, and similar performances that they put in the World Cup, and they'll be really hungry for that. So our approach is England are a massively dangerous team, and we need to respect that, and that's how we treated this week.
Conor was saying that like having Paul O'Connell in cap this week.
Great, yeah. I haven't chatted to him too much. He's been lurking around, but for the lads who don't know him that well, just to be able to sit down and have a chat with him and listen to him, similar to Bono in a way, with just getting as much information out of him and knowledge as you can. So just having a guy like that with the presence he has and what he's done in the game is great to have around camp.
And Jacob, you obviously probably don't know Paul as much as Conor, but obviously, so what's it like for you and other players who wouldn't know all that well?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'd say I've only met him a couple of times, but again, I haven't really been getting to chat to him an awful lot, but it's clear to see the respect that he still has, around the camp and with the guys who played with him. And I suppose he's just kind of trying to get an idea, of what the culture is like, and anything that we can be doing better. but yeah, I think it's been brilliant to have him about, and you know, he's having a bit of crack with the lads as well, and he seems to be enjoying himself. So yeah, it's been good.
Jacob, where do you feel you are yourself now under the new head coach Andy Farrell? Do you still feel you're finding your feet in this team, or do you feel like, you know, or could you feel as well maybe like the back three are still yet to explode maybe under Andy Farrell?
I mean, I don't think we're finding our feet. You know, although yeah, me and Jordo are still pretty young. Bomber not so much, he's not, but you know, like you know, we don't have an awful lot of caps, but like, you know, we're still pretty experienced players, I'd say, at this point, and I think we you know, we're quite cohesive in the backfield, you know, and from like looking from the first 2 rounds, I think things have been going pretty well. So yeah, like we've still a lot to work on, and we still have to get that, you know, like 100%, you know, knowing where each other is without even, you know, telling each other. But yeah, we're definitely getting there, and I don't think it's a matter of finding our feet in it anymore. I think it's about, you know, yeah, we're playing well, but we want to keep playing better, and we want to keep pushing, you know, to that very, very top level.
I think maybe people feel that they're kind of wondering where, or what happened maybe to Jacob Stockdale. We saw when he was kind of hitting all those tries for Ireland. Do you feel maybe that you're kind of more of a marked man now and coming up against really quality opposition because you are so dangerous?
No, I don't think so. Like, I think, to be honest, I'm playing better rugby than I was in 2018. You know, I'm enjoying myself a lot more solid defensively. Like, I feel like I'm getting my hands on the ball a lot more than I did in 2018 Six Nations. Just happens to be that the tries aren't coming my way, you know, and as a winger, like every winger knows that you're going to experience, you know, like dry spots, you know, times where, you know, passes don't get thrown to you, and you know, you don't get those kind of walk-ins that, you know, as a winger you have to feed off every now and again to get those tries. But yeah, like, I'm really happy where my game is at the moment. I'm really enjoying my rugby, and you know, hopefully, yeah, a couple of tries will come away in the next few weeks.
Conor, does the same apply to you if you've gone maybe a year without scoring an international try? How do you feel about it? What I want to say is, you're kind of known for providing a very big threat around the field and getting on the score sheet a lot. How does the last year without a try, how does that motivate you going into the games?
Like Jacob said, it's not really. It's nice to score a try, but for me to set a fella up or put a fella away in an assist type way is just as pleasing for me. So, you know, those opportunities or those try scoring chances haven't been there as much for whatever reason. But in terms of my role in the team, you know, I feel things are going pretty well, and I'm really happy with where I'm at. And you know, if tries come my way, then great, but it's not really, you know, it's not really part of my role in terms of, yeah, it's great to score them, but if I can help put Jacob away on the outside, or you know, do something in the lead up to a try that really helps the team, then that's great. So I'd much rather it be going well that way and be scoring tries than have a problem with the other parts of my game. So right now, I'm really happy with where I'm at, and you know, if tries come my way, then great. But if we're winning and I'm putting people away, then that's absolutely fine.
Conor, players have spoken about chasing the perfect game as this kind of, you know, goal that's always there, but maybe it's very hard to achieve. How close was that 2018 performance, and what was it about that day, particularly the first half and the execution you guys had in that first half? What was it that day?
That whole week our attitude was, and our mindset was really, really good. We knew we had to go to Twickenham and perform, and not necessarily take risks or chances, but go after the game and attack the game, and I thought we did that really good. I thought defensively our energy was right up there with one of our best performances defensively, and that really helped us in our overall performance. I think before half time our decision to run a play, or I can't remember what set piece it was off, but we ended up scoring a try. I think Jacob scored with the chip and chase, and just having the willingness to go and chase that before half time. A lot of teams might have waited till the clock went to 40 minutes and kicked it out, whereas that day, you know, in that season or whatever, we backed ourselves, which was fantastic, and there were an awful lot of aspects to that performance that we were chasing.
It's probably certainly one of Ireland's most difficult venues. You've had some difficult days there yourself. Does that make that day, that performance, I mean, Grand Slam's always going to be special, but to do what you did that day, is it more special because of the difficult days that went before?
Yeah, we've had tough times there. We've had good performances there, and just come out the wrong side of the scoreboard as well. So it's not like that was a once off. I think the fear factor of going there isn't as big as what it used to be. The respect of the English side is definitely there, and we're all aware of that. But we've had times where we've gone over there with a really good attitude and played really well and just missed out. Obviously, the 2018 game is going to be the one that stands out. It was for a Grand Slam. England away in the last day, it's going to be the biggest memory you have over there. But it is tough to perform there. It takes a massive week of prep and the proper mindset. And the first few days of this week have gone really well, and we're moving nicely.
Bono, you've had a lot of battles with Ben Youngs, and obviously gone on tour with him a number of years ago with the Lions. What do you admire about him as a fellow number 9?
Ben's a great fella. Like you said, I know him quite well at this stage, and I think the thing with him is just the constant threat he provides. You can't assume anything against England, and especially with him at 9. If he spots something, he'll back himself to go down a blind side or kick over the top or whatever it is. Just a fella that you can't take your eye off. And he's a world class player. He's been I don't know how many caps. I think he's around 90 odd caps at this stage. So that didn't happen by chance. He's a fantastic player, and a handful to play against.
Over in England, he's come in for a little bit of criticism recently and didn't start the game last week or the last time out. Do you sympathise with that as a guy yourself who's had a lot of experience, and there's always pressure from below and outside from who wants to play instead of you and all that?
Yeah, you can see why it can happen sometimes. Their first game against France, it was a really tough day. Look, France, I was watching that game. They scored early tries and got a bit of a lead, and then England suddenly have to chase the game on a wet and greasy day, and as halfbacks you might have to try and force it and run balls that they mightn't necessarily run if the scoreline was a bit different. So it was an extremely difficult day, and things like that can happen. Ben's had things like that. We've all had things like that throughout our career, and he's bounced back many times. So that's what makes him dangerous. If he or Hines starts, they're going to be a handful no matter who it is.
Is it still odd listening to Andy talk about his son on the opposition team?
Yeah, it's always going to be weird, isn't it? Something like that is just it's a bit strange, but he's done it so well for the few times we've played England. He just sticks at the task at hand, and sometimes he gives some good insights into Owen's game that we mightn't necessarily have seen, but it's always a bit odd when he's talking about his son.
Yeah, it's probably the ultimate insider knowledge though that he has on him.
Yeah, like I've played against Owen a good few times. I've toured with him. He's an incredible player and a really good decision maker. So having knowledge of the way he plays, he's still able to pick the right option. So that's what makes him really hard to defend or to analyse. He's a player that plays what's in front of him really well. So it's going to be tough on the day, no matter how much knowledge you have.